So now I want to talk to you about mindset mastery in detail. Now, really, what does that entail, mindset mastery? Well, if I could define it in one sentence, I would say that mindset mastery refers to really having the ability to translate anything that happens to you in your life and to interpret anything that happens to you in life in the way that best serves you and brings you closer to achieving your goals and to becoming the person that you really want to become. And right now, you all have the ability to alter your life entirely simply by altering your thoughts. And it's in that moment when you actually start to take control of your mind and therefore start taking control of your life. You see, when you can really take control of your mind and view life's ever-changing circumstances always from a positive and empowering perspective, and you see things in your life that they are actually happening for you and not to you, and being in control of your mind allows you to see and to find that perspective that allows you to learn and grow from things that happen to you in your life, and you're not held back by limiting self-beliefs. And really, the way you look at life is entirely down to how you alone control your thoughts. And actually, the quality of your life is what your thoughts make of it. So the ability to control your thoughts is really fundamental for leading a successful life, because your thoughts in life will create your emotions, and your emotions then create your actions, and your actions create your outcomes once they're perpetuated over time. So let me give you an example. Let's say it's time for a workout, doing some exercise, and you start to think about, you're doing it at the end of your work day. You start to think about how hard your day was at work, and you're feeling tired and emotionally now, you're tired and you're drained and you feel like you want to rest. So really, by focusing on the negative aspects and the tiring aspects, you can really convince yourself quite easily to just decide to chill on the couch and watch some TV, because you're focusing on your short-term pleasure, and that's the quick fix for that. So if you choose to focus on those negative aspects of your day, you'll end up feeling emotionally in a certain way that really is going to affect what you decide to do next. And so often is the case nowadays, people actually decide simply to satisfy their short-term desires in detriment to long-term goals. Now, if you keep doing that constantly, then your fitness goals as well as all your life goals are going to take a lot longer to reach if you ever get them. Alternatively, you can be in control of your mind and look at things from an empowering perspective. So when you finish work, yes, your day was hard, yes, you're tired, but this time you choose to focus on how the positive things, how doing your workout will actually give you more energy, and that when you finish your workout, you'll feel more alive and you'll be more positive and more confident in life. You'll feel invigorated and you feel pumped up, and you've got discipline. And also the fact that you're doing your workout when you don't feel like it, that really is a big step in you becoming closer to the person you want to become in the future and to creating that life, because you're building that discipline and you're showing persistence in life. And if you repeat this empowering process constantly, where you always think of the positive outcomes of taking action, you're going to reach your fitness goals along with many of your other goals a lot quicker. So you can see that from the same situation, by actually taking control of your mind, you can view it from two different perspectives that will end up with two very different outcomes. So you've got to always remember that your actions and what you decide to do in life with your time and in the long term, they're all instigated by your thoughts. That's why it's important to be in control of your mind. And you must consciously monitor the thoughts that you have every day, because it's those thoughts that will either set the ball in motion and get you to start taking positive actions in your life, or instead will lead you to procrastinate and focus on potentially negative outcomes, and ultimately you'll end up doing very little or nothing to change your situation. So when you do take control of your thoughts, you're actually unlocking the power to change your future and your reality even. You can view challenges as opportunities, you can overcome self-doubt, and you can actually have and create for yourself a mindset that fuels personal growth. So always be aware of your thoughts and try to see things from the perspective that best serves you in life. Because you got to remember that often in life, the problem is not the problem in life. The problem is the way you're looking at it. So you've got to be conscious of that and change the way and improve the way that you're looking at certain things in life. Find a better perspective. So how do we find and change our perspective? How do we change our perspective? That's a great question. A good way to start doing this and to improve the way you look at problems and situations and circumstances in your life is to start asking yourself better questions. For example, when something happens, you can ask yourself, what am I focusing on now? Am I looking at this from a negative perspective or a positive perspective? What am I looking for from this? Am I thinking about this in short terms or long terms? How can I learn from this, and what lessons can I take away from this? Or what are ways that I can improve myself from this situation? What do I need to do about it? What actions will bring me closer to my goals and happiness because of what's occurred? See, when you can actually just stop and be in control of your mind and ask yourself those sorts of questions, you develop the ability to find a better perspective to view any situation from. And when you can get that better perspective, you can make better decisions. So what's a question that would work really good for you? Let me know in the comments. Now, the next subject I want to talk to you about is really important. It's your focus and the power of your focus. Because you see, you don't actually experience what happens to you in your life. You only experience what you choose to focus on. Now that means if you choose to focus on the positive things in your life, they're the things that you will find, and they're the things that you will actually see in your life. If you choose to focus on the negative and look for the negative, that's always available for you, and therefore you will find it, and that's the life you will lead because you're focusing on that. So if you make the conscious decision to look for and focus on the positive aspects of everything that happens to you in life, you're going to produce a better emotional state, which is then going to influence your actions in a positive way, and it's going to produce better outcomes. But it all starts once again with your thoughts. Like they say, wherever your thoughts go, your focus goes, and then you go. And it's important to remember this because, as I said before, when you focus on the positive of life, you also tend to feel better in life and more positive in life. And the outcome of that is you take more positive action in your life and you make better decisions in your life. And our ability to make better decisions is hugely influential in determining both the quality and the outcomes of our lives. Decide to do things in your life for your greater good and for your future self and the life you want to create for your future self. And don't make decisions based on what you just feel like doing, because you deserve to be living as the best version of yourself and your best life. And aside from that, everyone else that shares your life with you, your partner, your kids, don't they also deserve to be living with the best version of you? Because when you decide to start that journey towards creating your best life and your best self, and to always improving the quality of life for yourself and those people around you, you're going to have a positive effect and improve the quality of their lives as well. So when you need to make a better decision, if you don't feel like doing it for yourself, then think about the people you love and how it's going to positively affect their lives, because your decisions affect those people's lives as well. So think about it, how it's going to affect the people you love, because all long-term change in life comes from a place of love. It's either for the people you love or for the dreams you love. So always keep asking yourself as you go through life, are you trying to be your best self and doing what needs to be done to create that dream future that you want? Because a lot of the times we're all going to fall off track, and that's fine. That's part of the journey. It's how we learn. Then just simply make that decision to get on track and start making it happen again. Start right now. Decide, for example, that you want to be the one in your family, because you can, to be the example that everyone else looks up to. Why don't you decide to be the one in your family who changes the trajectory and the destiny of your family for generations to come? If you can decide to start doing what needs to be done for your greater good and the good of your family, then write that down for me in the comments. Write down, I decide. And always remember, if you want to create a better life for yourself, it all starts with your thoughts and then making better decisions. And right now, as of this moment, what is something else that also affects what you may decide to do with your future? And that is your past. You see, a lot of people think they're defined by their past, what you've been through before, and what those things mean to you really play a big part of influencing your future decisions. So if you've ever tried things before and you've tried goals before and you've failed, and you believe that because you failed before, you're probably going to fail again, then you're already self-sabotaging. If, for example, you don't think that for whatever reason you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve the goals that you're going for, then you're also letting the significance that you are placing on your past hinder your progression. You're viewing and interpreting in a bad way, the events of your past in a way that doesn't serve you and doesn't help you to move forward. But you can change that simply right now. When you look back at anything that's happened in your life, any incident, you're actually viewing what you think of, it's a reconstruction in your mind of that event. And whatever you choose to look for in that reconstruction that you create, you will find. So if something bad has happened, or it looks like it's bad in your past, and if you look at it from a bad perspective and you focus on the bad and you see it as a loss or a failure, then that's what it's going to mean to you today. If today you reconstruct it in your mind, you go back to your past and you choose to look for and find a way to see that bad event as something that you could learn from, you can now view that moment as something that you have benefited from, something that's made you better for the experience and wiser. See, right now in the present moment, you can reframe the way you look at your past and interpret your past and the significance of it so that it empowers you in the present instead of hindering you. Because it's not your past that defines you, it's how you right now in the present moment choose to view and interpret your past and those things that happened to you in your past. And whatever you look for, you're going to find it. So if you look hard enough and always make the positive and conscious decision to reframe everything that happens in your life, what happened in your past, what happens to you today, and reframe everything in a way that it empowers you and makes you more likely to succeed than ever before, failures especially. So what's something that's happened in your life that you can now reframe in such a way to empower you moving forwards towards your success? Write that down for me in the comments. Now, when you start making better decisions in your life on a regular basis, you start to develop a quality that is essential in your quest for success, and that is persistence. Persistence really is your driving force. It's what will help you achieve your goals and fulfill your dreams. You've got to have persistence. It's all good and easy to start something new, try to make a change, but without persistence, you will never finish anything. And persistence may just be that single ingredient separating who you are now from the amazing person that you can become. So to acquire and develop persistence, you've got to start with discipline. And having discipline is crucial if you want to create your best life. A lot of people talk about being motivated, but your discipline is so much more important than your motivation, because motivation can be temporary and sometimes we're not motivated. But discipline is permanent, and it must be permanent. Discipline is your backup. It's your go-to backup when your motivation runs out. Because discipline is you do what you need to do even though you don't feel like doing it. And then when you start doing that regularly, you develop persistence. And to be really successful and to live your best life, you've got to develop persistence. And like I said, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, persistence is always getting back up. Because your will in your life is always more important than your skill in life. And really, there is nothing in this world that could ever take place of persistence. Now, on the road to your many successes in life, like all of us, I guarantee you're going to face setbacks and failures and roadblocks, and you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And that's great. That's wonderful. It's all part of the journey. Because if you're not encountering those things and if you're not making mistakes, then you're not trying hard enough. Because in life, you got to learn that mistakes are like setbacks. They're just, I've said it before, they're stepping stones. They're crucial lessons. Failures provide data for you to learn from and to improve. And the most successful people are the ones that fail the most and learn from that and grow. Like Michael Jordan. What about him? He says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, lost almost 300 games, 26 times I've been trusted to take the winning shot and he's missed. I failed over and over again. That's why I succeed. That's Michael Jordan. Because the truth is we get to learn really important lessons from failing. Failing provides us with the data and information necessary to review and renew strategies that aren't working when we ever hit a bump in the road or take a wrong turn on our journey. Failing provides us with an opportunity to recognize and to improve what's currently not working. And like I said, that's why Michael Jordan and so many other successful people in life become so great, because they fail and they fail over and over and over again, and they keep learning and improving because they have that mentality and they view failing with that mindset. And they come back better and stronger each time because they always learn from every setback. And that's what we all need to do in life. It's through this learning that we move closer than ever before to achieving our goals. And it's really important to learn how to accept failing, to know how to deal with and how to grow from your failures. Because when you do, you're liberated from the fear of failing. You no longer fear failing. You can actually embrace it and get excited about it because it means you're reaching a limit that you've got to now overcome. And often in life, we come face to face with really big opportunities, but they're disguised as failures. And because we're looking at it the wrong way, we interpret it that way as a failure. So do not fear failure. It is an essential part of becoming your best self and of fulfilling your dream life. So I hope this has brought you some clarity and given you some empowering ideas on how you can right now change your life by the way you change to view it. You can change what your past means to you, what your future influences you to do now, how to make better decisions for your greater good in life, and how to focus on those things that you really want to experience more of in your life. So let me know in the comments which of these strategies really resonates best with you and can really help you overcome, temporary barriers that are holding you back. Temporary barriers, because you're going to learn from that. Those barriers that are holding you back from living your best life. Let me know in the comments. And right after this, I'm going to be talking to you about something that is super exciting and really inspiring. And that is how you can define how you can design and how you can create your really amazing future for yourself. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back right after this.